Hello, everybody. This is the second part of me trying to make a semi-decent animation involving Brawl, and we've made a lot of progress today. I didn't make a lot of progress as much as I wanted to. It has been really hot where I live, so it's been really hard to focus on just about anything. But so basically, what I have so far is that I have some movement so far that you'll see at the end of it, and of course, I will show a unsped up clip of what I have done. Once again, I didn't get as far as I wanted to on this at all, so I haven't added it to the NLA strip at all. So unfortunately, I don't have the full thing, and of course, I am also late again. I know I quite literally just said that I was going to be trying to go for twice a week, and I'm kind of already screwing up the schedule in a certain type of way because I'm moving past the schedule that I set for myself, mostly because I have another exam coming up. Summer classes are certainly something. So I'm currently suffering in that side of college, but just gonna be working, and trying my best on all this. But I'm super excited to do other stuff involving the brawl animation. I have subdivided the platform he's standing on. I'm gonna make some grass there, hopefully, and just when he punches the ground eventually, I'm gonna maybe have it create like a little crater in the ground, almost, maybe, possibly, because I want to learn some good VFX. Um, at the end of this, you'll see that a lot of the animations are still kind of clunky, but I think it looks kind of decent in full speed. And also, you're gonna see Brawl dance a lot because I get distracted. And so, what I'm starting out with right here is that I wanted to go for like a sidestep because I want him to dodge an arrow maybe and dodge some sort of projectile that is, and then step in to go hit the other people, and that's gonna be fun. And I think now's a pretty good time to like talk about some certain things with the actual brawl animation that I'm planning to release, the first full length one. I'm not really sure how long it's going to be at all, and of course it's going to be a huge step for me because it's going to be hopefully voice acted and everything, even if the voice actors are just my family members because I can't afford crap. And just in its entirety, I really hope that it looks decent, and I'm kind of hoping for 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes is a pretty good number for my first like full animation, but I might be wrong because I haven't done animation before. I have only made game animations, and those things are short, snappy, quick, whatever. So this is good. This is all new territory for me. But of course, the current animation series is, of course, me trying to get Brawl into a testing animation so that I could release it as its own standalone thing. The full animation with camera angles and everything will be released as a full test animation once it's done. But I also wanted to outline just my creation process, of course, because I just thought, oh, it'd be a cool way to force myself to get good. Because like I was being really lazy with what I was trying to do with Blender, just over and over and over again. But with the schedule that YouTube has forced upon myself, forced upon me, I forced myself. Yeah. Words is great. I love that. I love the language that it speaks. All right, the basically just forcing myself to accomplish something each week, 2 times a week, is good. So, once again, I have the dwarf that I'm going to be making and animating fully. you guys will see some of the game creation process that I'm performing for my brother's video game, which he is slowly moving in onto. And of course, the full animation of me trying to animate Brawl himself. And probably occasionally outlined with, once again, props and textures and all that jazz of everything else. And one of the things that I loved about working with Brawl is that he has a lot of I guess references, even though it's not really Brawl himself. Brawl only has one reference picture, but my brother has drawn a lot of the brutes, which is what Brawl subspecies of shine shrooms are. And so there's a lot of references to like what they look like, and I think I kind of got it good. And I cannot wait to start messing around with camera angles, and by that I mean I'm gonna cry because camera angles are hard. And I also can't wait to test out how fast it's gonna my new CPU is gonna render the physics of the cape and the tassets at his side, because the last time I rendered the physics and tested it was on my Intel gen that was on a motherboard using DDR3 RAM, which was certainly something. So having a very, very new CPU probably would help a lot on the physics rendering. And of course, right now I'm just messing with the root bone, getting the movements in play. Animation, and like how I go about it is that I just get like just the major where am I going done, then I start adding stuff in between. And I think that's just kind of what everyone does. So, but I create good stopping, quote unquote, and overall it's hard to really like think about animation and bones and stuff. Like I find myself, I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but I find myself literally mimicking movements just in my room when I'm animating, trying to figure out how my bones work, basically. Which I mean, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not, who knows. But I do that all the time, and it doesn't work still. That animating's hard. But so far I want the side step to be a little bit more fluid, and I want the step in to be a lot more less I'm floating through the air. And of course, Brawl will be immediately transitioning into a ground punch, and then I'm hoping he's going to sweep his leg out to kick the archer, and then I want him to go into a full dash towards the lone opponent on the other side of this makeshift place that I have decided to make my arena. Once that is all said and done, it is going to be something to behold, hopefully. I really do hope that this turns out as well as I want to. It looks decent so far, in my opinion. I know I've watched animations made by Blender for ages now that just make me want to cry. But you know, comparison is the thief of joy, and you should always be proud with what you can do and what you are capable of, but always push yourself. And so here, there's a lot of graph editing, there's a lot of messing around with keyframes, and you can see me mostly use... I'm trying to avoid all of the spine bones, those are a little bit finicky, and I make a whole lot of mistakes with the keyframes in general that I need to stop making, but hopefully I can get used to Blender and how it really functions still, because as much as I'm experienced with the modeling part of Blender, even though I'm not even really good at it, is that I just don't know how animation works, really, especially this type of animation that goes longer and longer and longer. I'm used to making, like, cycles, walk cycle, run cycle, a attack that just goes into another attack, that goes into another attack, and then that repeats. But with animation, like full-length animations, the movement is never really repeated. They can be, which is one of the good things of 3D animations, where if it's a walk cycle and maybe the characters are walking, and and there he goes. I knew it was going to come up eventually. So this is him dancing, because I sometimes get bored. I think I was listening to some music at the time, and I think I just always go with the beat, with the music. I think it's funny. At some point, I'm just gonna have to make him break dance if I ever get good enough in animating. I just need to see that. just, just make him do flips. I truly do love messing with armatures in Blender and just all of the crazy stuff you can do with it. But this is where it gets complicated, because I've never done this part specifically, really. You can see him bring up the arm mid dash, which I try to fix immediately, because I don't want him to do that. And the most important part of animation, I think 3D animation, is weight. Weight is hard, and especially for something like Brawl. Brawl is not small. He is 18 feet tall, and that is extreme. Like that. I mean, that's tall. It's large. I think he's 18 feet. I think my brother said that right, but he's supposed to create stomps. He's supposed to create impacts, and it's going to be very hard to really emulate that, because I mean, in my opinion, the most important part of animation is just weight. If everything feels like you're just floating, it just doesn't feel nice at all. It doesn't look nice. And I mean, obviously, I tried so hard with the walking animation to make it look like he's stomping the ground, and I think I did okay, but near the end of this testing animation, I'm going to go through the entire thing and hopefully just create a more feeling sense of weight, just polish everything up. Because Brawl is heavy, he's large, and he has a chest piece made out of wood. Like, I don't know about you, but wood is pretty heavy. I've carried logs before, it's not fun. So hopefully I get the weight correct. I get it all correct. Well, just decent, not even correct, that is. And so hopefully we'll be able to get that done, and then, of course, I create the rest of the punch down, which I'm not really sure what YouTube's thoughts are on just basically crushing a dude. We're gonna find out. I have set every single one of my videos to not for children so far, and I will keep that forever, because I am not planning to make animations that are like not that, I suppose. It's just it's there's gonna be blood, there's gonna be gore, especially when one of the future animations I have will be involving a character known as the Beast of Peril, which is also from my brother's Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and that one is gonna be a really dark animation, because it was dark for us playing it. I mean, the damn thing is known as the Beast of Peril, and I'm gonna have to model that too, and my brother's gonna love it. But so far, I'm just messing with the bones, making Brawl lean down, bend his knees as he gets ready to drop, a dash forward, just trying to add life to his animation instead of just going from point A to point B. And from certain angles, it looks good, and from certain other angles, it looks awful. And that's fine as long as you get the angle that you need on the camera. It's good. One of the things that I probably should have done is I should start overlaying the cameras for the shots, which I am doing now, but I didn't at the time. I think having preset cameras and like what do you want the audience to see is a good idea, and what you need to focus on to actually animate stuff instead of just making it good from every angle. The audience will only see what you want to see, so it's always good to just make sure what you're doing is set up like that. And you can see me move around the playback. Wow, that's a hard word for me for some reason. Slider a little bit. You can see some of it at full speed, and we are definitely getting there. And stepping in is something that I'm struggling with a lot here because I just don't really know the movement, because honestly, I've never really looked at it. I feel like I should watch maybe some boxing or something to really learn exactly how this is done, because Brawl is a hand-to-hand fighter, and I mean his name is Brawl. Let's go. But here's what we got so far, and I'm gonna play it at full speed in a moment, no sped up here, and gonna see what we got so far. Gonna let this play for you. Now, obviously it's a little bit snappy, too fast in my opinion, but it's a good starting point, and that's what I was trying to go for. It's a semi-short episode again, but I'm glad I can get this out, and I'm glad whoever's watching is watching it with me as I create this. Thank you all for watching once again, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.